It was a Tuesday, hot and humid, even for Abuja. I was late for a meeting in Maitama, a journey the traffic always seemed determined to make longer. Frustrated, I hailed a taxi. My usual driver, Emeka, wasn't around. This one, a man with eyes that darted like nervous birds, smelled faintly of palm wine, even this early in the day. As we crawled through traffic, I noticed an old woman hobbling along the side of the road, her back bent low, a weathered cane tapping a slow rhythm against the pavement. Her face, etched with wrinkles, held a look of exhaustion. A wave of empathy washed over me. Nobody, especially someone her age, should be struggling like that in this heat. "Sir, please," I said to the driver, "stop the car." He looked at me, confused but pulled over. I leaned out the window. "Mama, where are you going? I can give you a ride." She looked up, startled. Then a smile spread across her face, as bright as the colorful fabric wrapped around her head. "Ah, my daughter, thank you. Just down the road, to the junction." She settled carefully in the back seat, her thin frame dwarfed by the worn leather. Her voice when she spoke was surprisingly strong, each word carefully pronounced. She told me her name was Amina and she was on her way to visit her granddaughter. I noticed her hands, gnarled with age, clutching a small, worn leather pouch. It looked like something precious, something held onto for a lifetime. She caught me looking. "My granddaughter," she said, her voice softening. "She loves stories. I keep them here, in this pouch, for her." The traffic finally eased and soon we reached the junction. She thanked me profusely, her eyes sparkling with an unexpected light. As she stepped out, I noticed her cane was still resting against the seat. "Mama, your cane!" I called out, but she was already gone, swallowed by the throng of people on the bustling street. The next day, guilt gnawed at me. I had to return the cane. I pictured Mama Amina struggling without it, her journey even more arduous. I retraced my route from the day before, asking everyone if they knew her, describing her frail figure and the bright fabric she wore. Finally, a fruit seller pointed me towards a small, dilapidated building down a narrow alleyway. A young woman stood at the entrance, her eyes red-rimmed. "Yes?" she asked cautiously. I explained about her grandmother, Amina, and the cane. The woman's eyes widened. "But my grandmother, she..." Her voice cracked. "She passed away 5 years ago." My heart lurched. "Passed away?" I stammered, confused. "But I gave her a ride yesterday." The woman shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "It's impossible. Come, I will show you." She led me to a nearby graveyard, a small, unkempt plot shaded by overgrown trees. She stopped before a weathered headstone. There, etched in fading paint, was the name, Amina. The dates confirmed what the woman had said. Amina had been dead for years. I stumbled back, my mind reeling. Then I noticed it. A small worn leather pouch resting against the headstone. The same pouch Amina held in the taxi. I reached for it, my fingers trembling. Inside I found a neatly folded note. It read, "Reading is a journey as magical as any taxi ride. Never stop exploring its possibilities." And in that moment, surrounded by the hushed silence of the graveyard, I realized there was no ghost, no mystery, only the enduring power of a good story, a truth more profound than any supernatural encounter.